Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome along to another Thursday night's lifestyle lecture. And tonight we've got our lovely Louise back again, who's been talking all about a bit about juicing, and also about our up and coming juicing workshop, which she runs, which is fantastic news that she can start running them again, because I know they're so amazing and so popular, and people get so much out of them. So she can tell us a bit about juicing, but also a bit about her juicing workshops. And maybe some of you might like to come along and join her and find a bit more about it. So welcome along, everybody. Welcome along. And thanks, Louise, for coming back.
Yay! Welcome back, Louise. Fantastic. So good that you can get back out and doing your workshops again, because you reach out to so many people. And thank you so much for coming back again and giving us your top tips as well. You got 5 top tips for us tonight as well. How are you doing? You okay?
Yeah, I'm absolutely fine, thank you. Yes, and I am. Like you say, I'm really looking forward to getting back out there doing the workshops in person with people. So yeah, because it's a really great evening. You get hands-on and interaction. So yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I'm great. Yes, so I'm here. Do you want me to? I thought I was just.
Yeah.
Take it away.
Do you want to tell us a bit about your workshops and what they are, and then we'll ask you about your top 5 nutrition tips for juicing tips, even your top 5 food.
Yeah, well, I have got my, like I said, the first one back for over a year, juicing workshop. It's coming up on Monday, June the 14th. It's on a Monday evening, and I am really super excited about it. I have had some bookings yesterday and today, actually, so I'm really pleased about that.
Right.
Yeah, so it's a 2-hour workshop, and it's a fun evening, but it's an informative evening. So it's not. It's what we do is. I'll tell you a little bit about what to expect on a juicing workshop. So basically, everybody arrives. We're in a beautiful venue as well, by the way. It's in Leamington. It's in a lovely yoga hut, and it's in my mother's garden. So it's a really lovely, comfortable venue. So we spend 2 hours together, and I open the workshop with a visual demonstration on toxicity and deficiency, all a little bit about how the body works, what we need to thrive. And so that's the first opening of the workshop. And then we move on to why juice, because it's really, really important to know why juicing, rather than just telling people, come on, get the juice out, it's great for you. So you really go into depth about why juicing is great for you, and a little bit about your inner voice that speaks to you, about when you get symptoms presented, it's your inner voice. So we go into in-depth talk about that. So I do talk for quite a little while, for probably about half an hour, 40 minutes, before it gets more practical. Then we talk about why juicing, and more in depth about how important hydration is. What else do we do? There's lots and lots of juice samples. So I will be making lots of juices for everybody to sample. There'll be a real mix there. We'll be making, also I make a nut milk in the juicer, so it shows you how that you can. Yeah. It's really good actually, because the cold press, there's 2 types of juicers. We talk about the 2 types of juicers and how they differ, and how one of them you can make a nut milk and an ice cream, we call it. It's like an ice cream out of fruit and vegetables. So there's all of that, and there's lots of refreshments, lots of literature and books and stuff like that. We talk also in depth about the difference between juicing and blending, because they're both very important, but they do differ slightly. And we talk quite in depth about organic or not, do we go down that road or not? We talk about what you peel and what you don't peel, and there's. Oh, sorry, I thought someone said something. It's a bit of a delayed on my voice there. Sorry. Yes, we talk. Sorry, I thought someone said something. No, so we talk quite in depth about that, and and then I offer a sort of questions and answers time where people come and ask questions and interact. And really that, and then I just then you go home with full notes of the workshop, of everything that we've covered throughout the evening. So it's a 2-hour workshop. It's £30 per person, and it's in a venue in Leamington. It's 2 weeks time. So yeah, that's it. That's pretty much, without going into too much detail about each thing. But yeah, we cover quite a lot. Oh yes, cooked food versus raw food, what is cooked food really doing for us. So we talk about that as well, and enzymes. It's quite a bit actually, so it's quite a big, yeah, it's quite a lot.
What date is it? Sorry, 2 weeks time. What's the date?
It's on Monday, June the 14th, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. in Lymington. Yeah. And yeah.
Great stuff. And they can get that from your webpage, yeah?
Yeah, it's all the details are on there, and people can contact me via any of the social media platforms. I've got an advert going out. I'm probably going to do another video as well, just to try and push it a little bit more. But yeah, it really, everybody that's ever been to any of my workshops always had really good feedback. They've gone away with so much. They've got into juicing, and you know, so it's good. It's just a really good evening. So I'm very passionate about it. Everybody goes away really happy. You know, they're not. It's a nice evening. So yes, all the details are on my website, and you can contact me directly as well. So yeah.
Well, you got me confused last time that I went and bought a juicer.
Oh.
And it's still on the counter, and I still haven't used it. So I need to go on this workshop to know what to do. I've got all the bits.
You buy?
I can't remember what it is.
A Philips one.
Yeah. I'll book in and I'll come along. I now want to know what the difference between blending and juicing is, because I don't know the difference.
Well, I mean, it does get confusing and stuff, because I mean, I think I said that very first talk I did with you guys. I was so excited when I went to a workshop years ago, and I was like, yes, I'm juicing, and I wasn't. I was just blending. I really thought that blender was the juicing, and I was doing it all. But it's not quite that, so it's a little bit different. So yeah, you find out all of those tips, and also I've got all my bits here. I also give you lots of general tips for juicing. How, you know, quick ways to clean the machine when you've got, you know, certain bits of food that you can freeze, pull out. You know, lots of quick to make the experience quicker, because a lot of people. I mean, I'm quite glad some people don't want to make their own, because obviously I sell juice as well. So. I'm very, you know, thankful for the people that want to purchase it, but I do think it, you know, you fall in love with what you eat and drink if you're making it yourself. So it's sort of, you know, it's great to get hands on, but you need to make it simple and as quick as you can, so it doesn't become a chore added to all the other stuff. Because until you know what you're doing, honestly, it can be, you think, oh, I can't be bothered with this. But so, you know, to learn all about, have all the tips, it just helps. Yeah, it does. Brilliant. So
it's great, because what we talk about a lot on here is knowledge is power, isn't it? And if we can arm ourselves with much knowledge and information that's practical and usable, the better, really, because we want to be able to help ourselves. We don't want to rely on other people to do things for us, but knowing there are services we can get it done for you. So it's a bit more kind of do it yourself and there's done for you. There's two different aspects, isn't there? But knowledge is definitely power. And I love juicing. I've done it out on and off over the years, really, and do know the difference between juicing and blending as well. But it's just this is what we do live lectures for as well, to give people information about their own health, their own well-being, whether it's mental, physical, emotional, exercise or nutrition, whatever it is. It's giving them that information to be able to help themselves and help their families and their friends, and almost get rid of these kind of. There's lots of kind of things in the press, aren't there, of myths and rubbish in the press, really, that trying to sell kind of with headlines, and they're trying to sell, aren't they, something, books, papers, whatever.
I mean, it's a tough one, to be honest with you, because the whole sort of food manufacturers are in sort of cahoots with others, and you know, if you're really not, if it's not really in you to, you know, if you're not, I don't feel personally that we're given the right message at all about health and nutrition, not as far as and everything comes. So I think it's the people like me, people like you, people like Rob, we're out there to sort of feed them the right information, or just like give them the information, and if people want to sort of take that on board and try it, it's great. But yeah, it's hard for people. Exactly what you're saying. It's not. That's why I got into this, because it's not just for your own person. You know, I just love helping other people, and I live this way myself, as you know. But I just really, really, really love to hear people's sort of happy stories, you know, and stuff, and that had a result from what they've done. And I've had lots of that. You know, people have sort of healed some things, you know, their digestive problems, their headaches, and you know, just lots of things. And you just think, oh, thank God, another person's taken on board this healthy journey, and it's rewarding.
Yeah, it's very rewarding, isn't it, to help people. Have you got a few top tips then you can give us on guess? I know we've talked about this before, but if people haven't been watching this before, watching the juicing talk before, any top tips?
Well, like Rob mentioned about 5 top tips. I mean, there's hundreds of tips really where juicing is concerned, but the first top tip, juicing is so important, and the reason why is because it is hydration on a cellular level where everything happens. So that is, it's not so much a tip, it's what, you know, 5 top things that you need to know why juicing really helps, because we need hydration to stay alive. So that is one reason why get juicing into your life. That is one big tip to say, get juicing, because it hydrates you. Where actually, I was running a class yesterday at Woodside. I was chatting to one of my ladies, and she said, oh, you know, I just never know what to eat to keep me full up. And I said, well, do you know what? It's not really about being full up. It's about being nourished and hydrated on a cellular level. Because when that happens, you don't feel hungry. So it's not about trying to fill that, you know, because we get these cravings all the time when we're not eating and drinking the right things, and when we're lacking in water. And she was like, oh God, that really makes sense. So, you know, that's my first top thing I would say. Get juicing because it's cellular hydration. Secondly, it's liver support. Now, we all have stagnant livers. Our livers are not working. I mean, we won't realise they're not working to full performance, but they're not. And juicing is another tip to get juicing into. It actually allows your liver to take on board the critical carbohydrates, the glucose that we get from our fruit and vegetables. Yeah. That's another thing. It reduces inflammation. A real big one. It really does reduce inflammation in the whole body. So if we reduce inflammation, so juicing does that because it nourishes us, it hydrates us, so we reduce inflammation, and then along with that, our blood pressure lowers. We can get rid of aches and pains. We can get rid of digestive issues, because these are all coming from the inflammatory situation going on inside. But I won't go on too much about that, because the inflammation comes from too much of a toxic inside, like I've said before, too much unproductive viruses and bacteria. So if you get the juice in there, flush everything out, you can lower the inflammation. So that's another reason to get juicing on board. Heals the gut because it flushes, and it also raises hydrochloric acid in the stomach, the acid that we need to break down food. And at the end of the day, if we're not breaking that food down efficiently, it gets left behind, and this is when we can get digestive issues of all shapes and form, bloating, gas. You know, heals the gut, so you get less cramping, less gas and wind and all the stuff. So it heals the gut, it reduces inflammation, it supports liver, our filtration system. It's hydration, the best hydration in the world, because comes from fruit and vegetables. In my opinion, water doesn't really hydrate us, not the way juice does, because it's attached to those nutrients and live enzymes. And the other thing, is perfect for weight loss. If you want to lose weight, juicing is great because of all the things I've just mentioned. Because if we're dehydrated, our fat cell, if we're toxic and dehydrated, we will lay down more fat cells to encapsulate the toxins, and our body will hold on to that water. So if you can try like mad to try all these fad diets, but your body's just going to keep holding on if you don't keep hydrated. So it goes back to the very first thing. If you're hydrated, you're flushing everything through, you're supporting your system. Like I say, inflammation reduces. You can lose weight because the waste is out of the body and not inside. And really, weight loss is not even anything you think about, because it just happens because you're functioning properly on the inside. Yeah,
that's one of the things I talk a lot about. Actually, people who want to lose weight is health comes first, and weight loss comes as almost like a side effect of the health. You don't need to be clinging on to all this excess body fat. Your body's working well, your liver's working well, your cells are working well, and weight loss becomes almost a side effect of being healthy. I mean, that is like the perfect scenario, isn't it? Of
it's a
health,
bonus.
really.
Yeah.
Like you say, we can stay away from these fads, stay away from these programs, stay away from all these other things, and we can just focus on our health. And then the weight loss just comes off that. And that's so lovely to work, not just focusing on the weight, but our health first, because that's the important thing, really. No one really cares what the scales say.
No.
But people do care about your health and your energy and how much you can give to your family and your friends and how healthy you are. Nobody wants to see anyone poorly, do they, really?
No, absolutely. And the thing is, there are some that, I think when people do realise that they need to, it is what's going on inside which reflects on the outside. I think you've got it then,
Yeah.
But there are people still that they are very on the outside. They just want to get into that dress. But like you just said, it's a hell of a lot less of hard work when you just clean up, and weight loss is an extra bonus. Yeah. Because
I know for me personally, I don't mind sharing this. Actually, I will tell people I have signed up to your 5-day juicing plan. I'm going to do it. I'm going to start it next week, which I'm really looking forward to. And I'm certainly not doing it for any weight loss reasons. It really is out of my own pure interest, my own health, my own kind of finding out really firsthand what it's like and how I feel. I'm always looking at better ways of improving things. I'm pretty healthy anyway, but as I said to you the other day on the phone, every day I have. Like the other day, I was snack on Haribo sweets, and every day I have like a glass of wine. Every day I have chocolate, literally every day, because I also believe in everything in moderation too. But I'm really up for doing this kind of 5-day kind of blitz, really, of health and nutrition and inflammation and all the good things you mentioned as well. It's nothing to do with weight loss at all.
Oh no.
I don't think that should be one. That doesn't have to be a focus at all, does it? It really is health, how you feel, energy levels, and also your body's your business, isn't it? Not as a business point of view, but a way kind of how productive we are, how happy we are, what we can do. We're human beings. We want to do things, and that comes down to health, isn't it?
Health is your greatest wealth. Like I said, if you could have 10 cars, a great mansion, you could just have everything material that you could get your hands on. But if you're sick and dying, you can't. It means nothing. So
it's useless, isn't it?
Yeah, your health is your greatest wealth, really.
It is.
So healthy, then make all the money.
Yeah. And there's all things, I'm telling people all the time as well. So I do try and sort of practice what I preach as well. And I would say, going back to the whole moderation thing as well, I do enjoy juicing. I do enjoy smoothie. I have a smoothie every day. I have a glass of wine most days. I would say not every day, most days. I would say just a small glass of wine. And I certainly enjoy chocolate. Small glass of wine. I certainly enjoy chocolate every day. And I was 42 a couple of weeks ago, and I can honestly say I'm in the best shape I've ever been in, I think, because it's understanding your own body, isn't it? Understanding what it needs, understanding what you can do. And I'm just on a mission with and to help myself and everybody else to be as fit and healthy as I can. I want to kind of and spread all this information as well, like you say, Louise. And so I'm really up for it. I'm really excited. People think I'm crazy doing it at half term, but I'm really up for it.
Well, it's all ready for you. I've done it.
Great.
I'll be dropping it off tomorrow. It's the moderation thing. Yeah, obviously that's fine. I don't bully anyone into thinking they've got to, but like for me, I am, I'm probably
that's great.
Yeah.
I'm 50. When I was 40, God, I wish you two just turned 42. Actually, because like you just said, Jenny, you feel the best you feel now, and I can say the same. It frightens me when I think, Christ, the 40s are gone. I mean, now well into the 50s, but age is just a number. But if you look after yourself, and I just feel post-menopause for me, I think with everything I've learned over the years, this is where I want to be now. It's, you know, alcohol's not doesn't interest me anymore. I've drunk plenty, and I don't, you know, I just want to live this way. I'm pretty much raw vegan, and that's for me. But I still work with people, eat meat. They have their own glasses of wine. I'm certainly not, you know, I wouldn't criticize people. So it's, like you say, the word balance. It's entirely up
and that's
to
what
you.
I love about you, Louise. That's why I think this all works so well, is because actually what we love about you talking and all your information and your workshop actually is you don't preach, you don't shove it down anyone's throat. You're not saying this is my way or the highway. This is a way, and it's you may be useful to you. You might like to try it. And it's almost planting seeds again, which I do and do with exercise. You plant seeds in people's minds of what's possible. You might like to try it. You haven't got to live on it all the time. You might like to have a go and see how you feel. Experiment, listen to your body, learn about your body. How can you make things better? How can you be fitter, stronger, better, healthier? Perhaps you can come off medication. You know, it's all about planting seeds, isn't it, of possibilities and arming people with information to make their own decisions. You're not shoving down anyone's throat and saying, you must be this or you must be that. And
I've been a bit like that, to be honest. You do you learn by your own mistakes, and you learn, not mistakes. It's just passion, and I want to help you. You've got to, you know, yes, have to take a step back, and people just walk away from you anyway if you start to.
They will, yeah.
So you learn. Pardon?
I've had that with people with exercise too. I've had people come up to me when I've been at maybe a show or something, and I've been promoting myself or exercise, whatever, and people have literally walked away thinking, no, exercise is just not for me. I'm thinking that's okay.
That's fine.
You don't have to.
Well, no, you don't. Everybody's their own, you know. We like you say, you can take the horse to the water, but you can't make anybody drink it. So we're just all here saying, look, come on, and up. That's not the right word. And come on, no, we give the advice, we try and motivate and encourage. And I've got to say, you two are you're so very motivating and very.
Oh, thank you.
Well, you know, you're not negative at all, and I'm learning quite a bit from you two with that, because sometimes we're all different, and you know, we have our down days, or you know, we feel, you know, not so upbeat, but you know, when with the jobs we're in, we have to be upbeat and positive for our clients. So you know, it's, and anyway, the more upbeat you are, the more upbeat you stay, don't you? Looking after our body inside and out, being active, trying to eat and drink the right things. You know, we're going to be happier people, aren't we? Happier, healthier, more, you know, kinder to others, because, you know, when you're not healthy, being unwell, you're not going to be in a good mood. You'll probably snap at people, won't give somebody that smile that they really need, you know. And so I think, it's all great to sort of get the message out there to people and help them, guide them if they would like to take my guidance, you know.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So yes, it's so Jenny, are you looking forward to your 5-day reboot plan?
I'm really looking forward to it. I like experimenting all these things on myself, because then I can perhaps, like I said, not tell people they should do this, but I might recommend to other people, clients, people I know, thinking what benefits I found.
Try
but I'm always into you know, nutrition anyway. I do eat generally quite well anyway. You know, I don't really have an awful lot of bad things apart from some chocolate and some Haribo, because I've got them downstairs from Taylor's party. I've got little bags of Haribos downstairs. I've got lots on there in the fridge.
The fridge?
Sancerre. White wine. Sancerre, white wine.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's the best.
I'm drinking it before I can have it next week.
That's one of my favourites when I used to drink. And oh God.
You've got to have something to detox though, Jen, haven't you? This is not a detox diet.
Jenny says she has a glass of wine most days and some chocolate. It's going to be 5 days coming up very soon where she's.
I know. So I'm finishing it off now.
Oh, bless. No, that's fine. No, what was I going to say? I don't know. I've gone off my train of thought now.
Also, it's easy, isn't it? Everything's done for me. I haven't got to eat or anything for the 5 days. I can just have my juices, and I think that's perfect.
Yeah, it's all in there. There's the fats and there's the proteins and the carbs. I don't mean just trace fats, by the way. What I talk about, that the trace omegas that are in leafy greens and green vegetables. I'm not talking about that yet. You've got those, but you have got some added avocados and stuff. And there's some vegan yogurt, add a few bits of seeds. So all the recipes you've got a real balance there. You won't be hungry at all. That is the
Well,
I'm
beauty.
looking forward to it.
I think it's a really good point, actually, that you just made there. That, I mean, Jen is, one of the fittest people that I know. She trains. She's always active, always on the go. But there's got to be some people out there at the moment, Louise, that are going, if she's already there, why would she need to do this juicing diet? Why would she need to do the detox? And more importantly, is there going to be enough sustenance in there to keep Jenny alive? Is she just going to wilt away and there'll be nothing left of Jen, Because honestly, there'll be some people out there that'll be thinking that, and got to get past those kind of like...
Yeah, and like Louise says, it's sometimes more a mental thing. You aren't hungry. We get used to eating perhaps too much and out of habit, like we talked about the other day. And when you're re-nourishing cells, of course, we know all of this. We're re-nourishing cells, re-feeding the body. It's not looking for anything else, not looking for food, not looking to get it from anything else. And the mind, the body is so connected like that. And a very clever, very sophisticated ways of keeping us alive. But I do believe completely if our body is nourished and hydrated and all the nutrients it needs, you're not looking for anything else. You're satisfied.
Because I'm not going to drive back into the wine and the chocolate and the Haribos or the biscuits I take. When we do eat those things, they do disrupt. They do mess around with sugars, and we just keep sort of going back for more. But but when we're on the plan, you'll be absolutely fine. Everything is in there that your body requires, so you'll be hydrated.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, the only thing, like I was saying to Jenny, or anybody that inquires, is it's just the habitual chewing and just of not having that. But you can chew and swill around you've got some nice thick blends, some thinner blends, some thin juices. They're delicious, honest to goodness. You'll love it. Hopefully you'll love it.
I genuinely am looking forward to it. I have thought about it on and off for a while now, actually. I've made a few juices myself from your recipes, which we can find on your website as well, I think. And no, I'm really up for it. I'm really excited.
One thing though, I always, I'm glad you're really excited, because your body will be very excited too. But Rob, say about why should someone do like a detox? I don't like that. I keep coming in with this because I always call them reboots, because I don't like that word detox.
Yeah.
But people, they say, can I have a detox, Louise? And I have to say, would you like one of my reboots? Because the body does that for us. I think in a video I watched once of yours, you were saying, the body, it does. It detox. We're just supporting that detox setup, that filtration system that needs to be nurtured so it can carry on doing that. So that's what you're going to be doing, giving a digestion rest, supporting all your inner filtration system so it can carry on doing the job that it's doing for all of us.
Yeah.
See? So that's the thing. So I like the word reboot, but of course, call it detox, it's fine, but it's not really. I do
like what you say about supporting the body's own systems. I've done videos in the past about this entire thing, but it's important to your body works perfectly. Your brain, your liver, your kidneys, your lungs, everything works on most people. They work perfectly. We have to let it do its job, and by supporting our bodies, by looking after it through nutrition, hydration, exercise, movement, getting fresh air, all things we need to support us, getting enough sleep as well. They're this kind of the main pillars we talk about a lot. There's a lot of support going on around that, but our body works perfectly. We just we put it off its track by moving away from nature too much. And we do that, we come away from our goals too much. And then we wonder why we've put on a stone or 2 stone, or we can't sleep, or we've got bloating, or we're feeling ill.
It is hard for people. Problems. They get caught. Yes, absolutely. They get caught up in. We know we're being driven away from creating. I mean, you are great, Rob. You're there cooking. You, Jenny. Because we're all trying to help other people. But there's a lot of people out there. The fast food on every corner. You're busy working. It's so easy just to grab those sandwiches and crisps, isn't it? And
so easy,
microwave meal in the oven, or chips and fish and chips on the way home. Before you know it, you've had a day in, day out of denatured foods with no high water content to hydrate you, and it's the chronic dehydration.
Massive, yeah.
So this is it, but it's hard for people. So they need people like us to guide them, to say, look, there is a way to support this and feel better in this fast-paced world of toxic overload, because that's what it is. I mean, we've got to evolve with it. So this is why.
We'll give a quick overview for the people watching at home. What is the 5-day reboot then? What is it? What's in it?
These are three. So 3-day, 5-day, and the 7-day.
Oh, there we go.
There's 3.
Sorry,
3
Louise.
God, it doesn't matter. 3 days. Yeah, 3 days, 5 days, and 7 days, as Jenny just said. Well, basically, the one that Jenny's doing for 5 days. What it entails is you've got 20 500ml bottles of juice. There's 10 thin juices and 10 like smoothies. They're more like lighter blends. You also get 5 ginger turmeric shots, and you get a couple of organic tea bags and organic fresh lemon. So you literally have four juices, 4 a day. So you have 2 thin and 2 thick. You start the day with your lemon water, followed by your shot. Then you might have your first one, I think 8 o'clock. You usually leave 3 to 4 hours between. And if you really are struggling, and you're sort of missing chewing, really, you can then, there is an option to have an SOS, like a banana, an apple, or half an avocado just in that day. But usually it's the habitual thing kicking in, the fake hungers and stuff like the mental stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
You need to go for if you can go for a little walk or read a book, phone a friend, it sounds all cheesy.
Drink some water. Pint of water, yeah.
Drink water, get your herbal teas out, just keep drinking every time you think you need. So that's what it does. So what it does for you, it totally gives your digestion a rest. You're going to get everything straight into yourself within 15 minutes of drinking it. You're going to have much more energy because you're not using a lot of your energy on digestion. You'll feel more alert. You'll probably have more energy than you normally have. And you just feel, much more lighter, brighter, and cleaner from within. And what you will be doing, you won't be eating any processed foods, any cooked foods. So you really are giving the system a rest. So the body can take, it's all very bioavailable to the system. You've got all your calcium and vitamin C and all those nutrients that you try to get from what I call denatured cooked foods too much. It'll be straight in, and the body can just take it and lap it up. Hasn't got to sort of do all this juggling around. So that's what it provides you with: 5 days of pure hydration, nourishment, and really, a nice little reset to reboot your system. And the 7 days the same, the 3-day. Yeah, and do you know what? You might have more energy. So I always say to people, if you feel a bit tired and cranky, because that can just be that you're moving away from the processed foods, not so much the detox process, but just rest and go with what your body is saying. But most people after day 3 start to feel really alive and more alert, and they think, gosh, let's get going. So if you've got that excess energy, go and use it with something you enjoy doing, some activity. If you feel like resting on your bed, go and do it. You just got to listen to what your body's doing. The first couple of days, like I just said, to day 3 might be a little bit, like I said to Jenny, there's a list of symptoms. You might feel a bit irritable, but it's usually because you've removed coffee and wine and chocolate, because it's the caffeine. It's very that sort of thing. So that's what it provides you with, really: a nice reboot and a pick me up, a clean up. And then what is really important about it going forward, if this is something somebody's doing, they want to kickstart, a new healthy regime, it's a great thing to do, because once you've done that reboot, you've usually got a different mindset on going forward, what you want to eat on day 6 or day 4 or day 8, whatever you've done. And it can be the start of new things, new bright things to come.
Massively. It really does allow yourself to reboot your digestive system to a point where, I'm a big believer in fast days as well, 24-hour fast days of 48s, etc. And, properly giving yourself some really good nutrient beforehand and afterwards as well. But for people to realise that you just don't need as much calorie intake as to what we're putting into our bodies, and our bodies aren't designed to take it all as well. So again, it's toxifying itself and struggling as a result.
Exactly, it's struggling. We're bombarding our systems with ridiculous amounts of excess amounts of fat and protein. It's just not neat. I mean, fat equates to, I mean, we've all got our opinions on that, but you are really just, it's a bit like sort of I don't know, you won't put the wrong fuel in your car and expect it to run properly, but we seem to think we can keep chucking it in until suddenly we think, oh, what's the matter with me, sort of thing. So voices, the symptoms are those inner voices, and that's what I really, really stress at my workshops, is those inner voices. Don't ignore them. Whether it's just a skin outbreak, you're feeling a bit depressed, anything, or you're just getting funny tummy stuff going on, don't ignor it. Maybe just, what can I do? Hydrate. That will be
exactly. I was talking to a client this morning as well about her diet, and we're looking at the amount of emulsifiers that are in there, the amount of stabilizers that are in those food. I'm saying to her, well, if that's what it's doing to the food, and then you're putting it inside your body, what's it doing inside your body? You know, and how long is it going to stay in your body, stabilizing, emulsifying what's in you? You know, before we get to where we need to be. So
exactly. I mean, it can only take so much, can't it? Exactly.
No,
and also,
exactly.
Really good point about taking time out for self-care. Some people, I'm very much into, I like to meditate, and I started doing what I call it's called sona breathing. It's really almost tribal. It's quite,
that's cool.
It's really quite good, but you don't want to be seen doing it, because you put your tongue in the roof of your mouth, you roll your eyes back so you look like you're going crazy, you do this short, sharp breaths, and it really does calm the system. And then there's the other type of meditation where you can do your solar, your chakra breathing, and also getting all of that. And if you're having a bit of a stressy moment, just 5 minutes doing that. So that's really important. It's really important to go to bed early as well, and get your good hours in, read a book, and then go to bed and get off the screens. Get us on the screens. Get off the screens. And I love me and my partner's bird at the moment. We go out for these fabulous forest walks right in the depths of the forest with the dog, and I'm there gazing up at all this. I just love it, and all that is so nourishing to our system. And trying to be nice to everybody.
Natural vitamin D. Yeah.
Oh God, the vitamins, absolutely. Just lots of elements all come together. So the exercise, the nutrition, resting, doing stuff you want to do, having time out, all of that, it all equates to, because stress is the biggest killer, as they say, isn't it? So you've got to.
Absolutely,
So if you're not, so there we go. It's all good stuff.
Well, let's wrap it up there, because that's been a brilliant talk as always, Louise. If you're just joining in on us now, this is Louise Coddingham from lcfitnessandnutrition.co.uk. She's got a juicing workshop that's going to be on the 14th of June, 7 o'clock till 9 o'clock in Leamington. You can book that. It's £30. It's over on her webpage. Jen and I highly recommend it. Crikey, you've seen the energy that she's given you in like 40 minutes there, and you'll get so much value in that full 2 hours. I don't know anybody is more passionate about juicing than you. It's incredible. And I know some very positive people about juicing, like Cardi McGardy and all these guys. They're like right up there, and I'm like, oh, you need to meet Louise. It's absolutely brilliant. Your knowledge is fantastic. I love it. Brilliant.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Louise. Another great talk. We talk all night on this, couldn't we? We end up talking about so much about health, nutrition.
Yeah, it goes on, doesn't it? Yeah, no, it's great. It's all been really good. But thanks for having me again, and thanks for letting me
thank you.
advertise my juicing workshop.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's great.
To come, get in touch with me, please. You'll be in for a fabulous evening. Come along and get juicy with me.
Well, I'm booking it. So there we go. You've had one selfie tonight, haven't you? So that's pretty good. Right, Jen, wrap it up for us.
Thanks, Lee. Thanks, everyone, for coming along to another lifestyle lecture. And all the great information we're talking about with Louise's juices, her workshop, and the whole general overview of health, nutrition, wellness as well. We're just here wanting to give you the best information, getting you away from all the fads, get away from the false information, the press and the news. And just give you real information. We've got so much. The three of us have so much experience in the fitness industry. There's a lot of information here. We're just trying to arm you all the information we can, so you can help yourselves best you can as well. So thank you for joining us tonight. I believe next week we've got our resident physio Cheryl coming on to talk about shoulder injuries. That'd be another interesting talk. Cheryl's another good one, isn't she?
That'd be good.
Brilliant. Yeah. So
thank you, everyone.
Great. Thanks, Louise.
Thanks, then. Bye. See you soon, guys. Bye.